My Huawei FreeBuds 3, obviously the third iteration of the FreeBuds, and I am more than pleasantly surprised. They're actually fantastic, and that's coming from somebody that's used. So in the household, we've got Samsung earbuds, we've got two sets of Apple Airpods, the first generation and the second generation. Numerous headphones, noise cancelling ones. So lots and lots of experience of these, but the FreeBuds to me are probably the best. And I'm going to take you through why I think that. Let's just move the box. Right, this is the phone that I've been using them on, which is a Samsung S10 Plus. And to be able to use them, you actually have to download a Huawei app, which is the AI Life app. But I'll go through that in a moment. Let's just have a look at the package and the FreeBuds themselves. Right, there you go. It's an unusual shape. It's round. There's the hinge on the back, and it says Huawei. You can see it there. On the bottom, you've got a charging light and also a USB-C connector there. Now, I've turned the I've turned the Bluetooth off on the phone because as soon as I open this, they'd connect, which is something that I don't want because I just want to show you them. First thing that I noticed when I got these is they're so much easier to take out than both the Apple AirPods and also the Samsung earbuds, because all you do is just hold them there. Your fingers don't slip off, and although they're magnetically kept in there, you can still pull them out. So there's one, and there's the other. And if we close this down, just pop it to one side. Right, so this is the FreeBud itself. You can tap it on the side there to interact with it. You've got probably that there is the microphone for the outside, so that it actually noise cancels, because it needs to obviously sample what's coming into your ear. The mic is down on the bottom there, and the good thing about it is also a bone conductive microphone. So I've actually used, whenever I get something like this, I put them in and then I dial my number so that I've got to leave myself a message, because that's the way that I can understand what other people are hearing when they're talking to me hands free. It's only fair if you are talking to somebody hands free that they actually can hear you and don't get a muffled noise. So far, these perform absolutely fantastically for that. I'll show you them actually in my ear shortly, but let's go through the actual app itself so that you can see. You can see here there's a round button. You use that to pair the device to your phone. You just basically open it up and press that button, and when you've got the app, well, first of all, let's turn the Bluetooth back on so that you can see it.
Campaign.
Right, so there you go. It's connected straight away. Now let me just go in and actually pause what I've been listening to. Right, so pause Ant Middleton in the background. Right, and back to the app. So let's open the app and see what we're looking at. So it tells you that you're connected. It tells you what your battery is in the case, and for each of the earbuds. So we're at 100% each of the earbuds, but only 50% in the case. You've got a shortcuts button. Oh, we've got a new version, so I'll update that shortly. You've got your noise cancelling, and it's telling me that there's an update. Right, so if we're going to shortcuts, you can set each earbud up for what you want the double tap to do. So currently, I've got my left one, double tap on it, and this is where you double tap, just there. But I've got my left one set up so that when I double tap it, it opens up the voice assistant, which currently is my Google voice assistant on the phone. And then on the right one, play or pause or answer or end telephone calls. But you can have either of those, or you can enable or disable noise cancelling, or just set it to nothing. But if we go back to noise cancelling, because this is the interesting one for me, if you go into noise cancelling, it doesn't just switch noise cancelling on. It does something, it does something different. You can adjust the noise cancelling for the type of noise that you want to block out. So if you've ever used noise cancelling, and I'll just throw up a little graphic that basically shows how noise cancelling works. It measures the sound coming in, and then it pumps the same sound going out, and basically the two sound waves cancel each other, or as much as they can do. Now, if you can imagine it, the circuitry that's required to do that needs to work pretty fast. So they tend to work on noises that are low, or frequencies that are low and consistent. So if you've got high-pitched voices that change all the time, giggling, talking, etc., tends not to work very well on that. No noise cancelling works very well on that. But if you're on an airplane, or if you're walking down the street, that engine noise that you can hear, noise cancelling is absolutely fantastic. But as I said, getting back to this, I've never come across one where you can actually change the noise cancelling frequencies. You just put your finger on it, turn it round, and it cuts out different ones. So when I first tried them, I was stood in front of the PC, and the fan was going full blast on the PC, and I basically took it round to about this point, and it cut it out altogether. So when it was there, I thought, oh yeah, I can still hear that. But as I got round to there, and it was completely blocked out. And this isn't a level; it's actual frequency. So yeah, you'll see that anyway. So I'm just going through the update process now. I already updated it when I originally got them, but this is another update that's come through. So it's improving the stability of the Bluetooth connection, optimizing the audio experience. So it's the usual type of thing. And you get this on all decent earbuds. They're continually pumping out updates just so that you get the best sound possible. Right, so that's the update complete. And just lastly on the case, it's very ergonomic, easily fits in the pocket, and easy to open. Have a look at the hinge on the back. You can open it with one finger and it stays open. Close it, open it. But again, back to taking them out, really easy to take out. And as a comparison, so we've got my Samsung earbuds here, and obviously the HUAWEI FreeBuds there. Open those. Not the easiest things to take out. You need to get your fingers underneath. That's that. They're very easy to take out. And there they are, side by side. If you're tempted to purchase something like this, they're good, and I've been using these up until I got the HUAWEI ones. The only trouble is, it's like a double-edged sword. This seals noise from the outside, which is good. However, because it's sat in your ear canal and it's restricting it and it's pushing into it, after a relatively short period of time, your ear can begin to ache, which is very uncomfortable. And you don't get that with this. This sits in your ear as opposed to being pushed into your ear. So big difference there. So when I originally got these, I found that the volume was very low, and I struggled to be able to increase it. So I was going to the maximum on the Samsung, but the FreeBuds themselves, they just weren't sounding loud. So I did some research, and it's nothing to do with the FreeBuds. It's to do with the Android system, and the way around it is, you open up your settings and go to well, the first thing that you do is you go into About Phone, Software Information, and where it's got the build number there, you're supposed to tap on that 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you see, I don't need to do it because it says that I've already enabled the developer mode. But if you tap on that 7 times, it comes up, do you want to enable developer mode? And you say yes. Then you go back out of there. And now you can go down to the bottom and you've got developer options that are in view. And if you click on that, each one of these, so you've got debugging, you need to go down to network. So down to network in there. And then this was set at that with disable absolute volume off. If you switch that back on, you'll find that you can increase the volume to the maximum on the FreeBuds, and they sound absolutely fantastic. Another great benefit of these is they don't just have wired charger, it's wireless as well. So if I put my Samsung on there, that's charging, and then if I get this, pop that on there, so that's charging as well now, and you've got your charge light on there. So obviously if I wanted to, could just take that off. With that being a USB-C, could just get that, pop it in, and you've got your charge light on there. But I do like my wireless charging, so I'm going to just pop that back in there. Take that, that's on there, and then again, see this, and it's charging. Okay, so let's see them in situ now, or in my ear, should I say. Right, take them out, the one on the right hand side, comes out, nice and easy, into your ear, just slips in, rests in. One on the left out, into my ear, just rests in. Close the top, into my pocket, and then they're in place now. So you've seen me put them in, I haven't forced them in or anything. You just have a look with them in there. Very comfy. I like this because you can tell that the microphone is actually it's out and ready to actually be picking up noise, rather than the inner ear ones, which are more back here, which is always a bit of a worry. So they're in situ now, like I've said, and I can shake my head about as if I was in the gym. I can jump up and down. They're not coming out or anything. You can see that. You can hear me. Nothing's coming out. Oops, there's a bit dizzy. If I was running, any form of exercise, I could be working, I could be sat at a desk, literally anything, and these aren't going to come out from what I've felt anyway. And for control, it's simply double tap on that side, starts music or answers a call, ends music or ends a call, or pauses music I should say. And on this side, double tap on the stalk there, and that opens up the voice assistant, the Google Voice System. Right then, in summary, very, very comfy, very, very loud, if that's what you want, obviously fully controllable. The noise cancellation isn't perfect because it's not an over-ear noise cancelling headset, it's not an inner ear noise cancelling headset. Both of those offer noise isolation as well as the noise cancellation. So you don't get that, but what it does do, it cuts out the rhythmic noise. If you run an airplane for a number of hours, these will be perfect for that. 4 hours playback from one charge, but then you've got your case as well, which every time you put them in, they charge up. So in total, it's around about 20 hours charge. I've shown you how to get the maximum volume out of them when you're using a Samsung, which I really struggled with at the beginning. But obviously, if you follow the tips that I've given you there, you should be able to sort that. The thing about the wireless charging, if you're out and about and you haven't got a cable or anything, I can reverse charge on this Samsung. If you've got a Huawei phone that reverse charges, you can do it with that. It's a really, really nifty thing. So yeah, just summarise the summary: comfy, loud, noise cancelling, easy to charge, ergonomic, and above all, if you're using them for hands-free talking on the phone, which is a real winner, just frees up your hands beyond all imagination. If you've never used hands-free calling, do it. It just takes you up a notch. And obviously, because you've got the bone induction microphone, if it's windy or noisy around you, the chip inside works that out and it flips it so that it's picking it up off that. So no matter what environment you're in, you should always be giving a clear call to the person that's on the other phone. They sound fantastic.